Okay, today is July 22nd, 2016, and Kim was saying that she just got it, having walked through a fragrant pathway of flowers recently. She realizes that we human beings have fragrance as we open as flowers. Dear Kim.
I was saying that I've always gotten that we're flowers, just like the flowers. We're flowering, excuse me, and falling away. But I hadn't gotten till now that we have a sweet fragrance, just like flowers. And so the dissolving stillness that has a sweetness to it.
And it flows right through you.
Yeah, just like fragrance does.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What else can you teach me?
Teaching each other. Well, you're very handsome with your beard growing in.
Oh, thank you so much.
I don't know what else. That feels very momentous.
Momentous? Yes, it does. What's momentous, sweetheart, is that you are able to speak to me without resistance from that place of source self within that's surrendered to source self. To speak to me from that place, Kim and all of their stories actually have to disappear, die, be released. And the utter unimportance of them allows source self to shine through. They're not both important, only one is.
What both are we talking about?
Well, there are stories of the past, stories of the future, experiences, all of which most of us, it makes up our identity.
Correct.
And the other identity, of course, is source self or God. One of those identities is not real. The one that is not real is the stories that I make up about who I am. And in order for the fragrance of God to express itself through me, it's important, it's really necessary for that little self to die, to totally release all stories. They have to recognize they really have no importance at all. They have, other than in some odd situation where there might be a point made, the past and any identity that you or I might have around it only blocks source. It requires dying to that
consciousness of past, or focus on it.
Totally. Doesn't mean that thoughts will come up, but simply release them. Thoughts can't be stopped. However, the determination with a loving, affectionate awareness now to be present now and determined is all it takes for the God essence to open in you, which it's doing. I'm seeing it. I mean, I just observed some more of it right now, which is huge. It's enormous. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. So, Patrick, you were talking last night, I believe. Or maybe it was this morning, I forget. But it was about somebody that you were teaching to fly. And he took off, and he obviously, on his solo, and he obviously did not have what it took to be a pilot. And you were, as you explained it to me, you were very concerned about not wanting him to crash and die.
Yes, I recall that concern, and I also recall the miracle, which is the reason I brought it up, of grace that saved his life.
Yes, and I'm broaching this way because I would appreciate, through our conversation here, I'm hoping that we can get some more clarity, or I can get some more clarity around nothing matters, and having him not die mattered.
No, it didn't. did not matter. My heart is touched by the miracle of grace, and had he died, that would have been grace. Whatever happens is utterly and completely grace. That level of trust, we know bodies come and go. We know the earth itself is going to disappear in some billions of years.
Yeah.
What matters is only in this form, for form itself to become awakened for consciousness, for God's source self to experience itself in form, which is why I made it, why you made it. We're here only for the joy of experiencing the dance in the moment. And what happens to all of the dancers on the cinema screen, it's tomato sauce blood. It's
Tomato sauce what?
blood. It's tomato sauce blood. It's
Well, it's like flowers. Everywhere flowers are flowering and falling away.
and sometimes they don't. And sometimes weeds grow up around them and choke them off, and all kinds of things happen. But still, that's all you, that's all me, and just different ways that I am experiencing myself in an infinite variety of ways. And
So last night, can I interject?
of course,
Thank you, sweetie.
you're welcome.
Last night I heard Donald Trump in a speech at the Republican convention. I was sitting in my car listening to radio. Come on, Andy, come. And he was talking in a positive way about the LGBTQ community. And I made a comment to a counseling client today that just 5 years ago, so you would not see a conservative Republican making a positive comment of any kind about the LGBTQ community. So evolution is happening.
It appears to be happening,
It does.
but it's not happening. What's happening is that in the mind of God, there's a projection that evolution is happening. However, you, as God, are still silent, one, all-powerful, forever present, perfect beingness. So this apparent evolution is only in my mind, only in your mind, as a dream of evolution. It's already over. Evolution has already happened, and it's done. And now there's
How could it have happened and it's done?
because time's not real. Because I am the infinite God, you are the infinite God, Goddess, forever still and forever infinitely created. The paradox is enormous, but time, even scientists in this world know that time is over.
Yeah, I understand that.
So the fact that it's simply a thought, the whole thing is simply a projection out of my mind. My mind is God, my mind is soul, source, self. Temporary projection, including the projection of apparent evolution of consciousness. Yes, on one level, there is that as this mind energy continues from apparent lifetime to lifetime. But if you really step past all the way through that infinite, just lifetime after lifetime, you just like the Gordian knot, cut right through it. You go straight to source. Bypass all that. It's still happening. It's happening infinitely and forever. But now it's happening from an awakened place that I am source in this dance. And that's what the evolution is about. It appears to be evolving. I know it's a paradox, but really it's not. At the core point, I don't evolve. I don't change. I am. I am what I am. That's the Bible quote says. There's nothing to change. There's nothing to evolve.
What's the Bible quote?
I am that I am. That's
Do you
God.
know where that is? That from Genesis?
got 2 heartbeats. Maybe
Your
10.
phone's right here.
Oh, yes. I can't find out 2 heartbeats. Well, I can pause it now. Okay, resuming Bible quote, I am that I am, is Exodus 3:14. God, I think, is talking to Moses.
And I'm asking Patrick to remind me, what was the context a moment ago in which you said, I am that I am?
Because there's no such thing as evolution, really. Evolution is in the illusion of form. It's in the illusion of the projection of my mind as God into infinite physical realities. But I am the only thing that's real, and I cannot evolve. You, as goddess, are the only thing that's real. You cannot evolve. There is no evolution. There
So
is, however...
the isness that we are doesn't evolve.
No, that's right. Not a bit.
And the appreciation of that isness in form does evolve.
In form, there's the appearance of evolution. However,
Yeah.
that appearance is also an illusion, because there can't be... I cannot evolve. It doesn't mean, however, that I can't dance, that I can't be an infinite, which I am, in infinite universes and infinite dimensions, and experiencing myself in infinite ways that are just... it can't be expressed. And the center of the entire core of beingness, right, is right here, right now, with you and I in this conversation.
So I do not yet appreciate with clarity the illusion that this body-mind is and form is all around me. But I conceptually, I believe that what you just said is it's evident fact. It's truth.
It's apparent, actually.
Yeah.
Anything that is real is permanent. Anything that's not real, I mean, it's eternal. Anything that's not real is temporary, and everything in physical reality is temporary, therefore not real. So
But in this temporary form, it does exist.
Well, yeah. The thing is to
I'm trying to find the balance.
I'm trying to help you with that, actually.
Yeah, I know you are.
And I get what you're saying. So this is really a key point. The thing is to, yes, be in this form. Go talk to your clients, balance the books, drive on the right side of the line, as well as notice the fragrance when you walk through the Google campus. Smile at me so hugely when you walk through the door. All of these things, it's form. And yet, let the identity be solid core, right down to...
Yeah, so we're back to the point we were addressing this morning.
Core self is your identity. So go ahead.
Yeah, so core self is my identity. And there's an apparent reality on this dimensional level that I am... there's a little squirrel out on the deck. Yeah, there's an apparent reality that is happening, or appears to be happening on this level. I just don't want to neglect that. I want to acknowledge both. So the most important thing is to remember to be grounded in source.
You and Lee have that same concern, and I don't understand it.
You don't understand it?
Why, the part about this temporary reality You said something about there's an importance to doing something with it. What is that importance again? She's looking for squirrel.
Andy sees the squirrel out there, yeah. I want to be grounded in source. And I also want to honor the flowering that is happening in form. I don't see why both can't coexist.
The flowering for true flowering to be there, they must coexist. So,
Well, I don't want to neglect to appreciate the flowering in form. I mean, God Himself has designed this mysterious process so that the flowering is happening. So there's some value to it.
I mean, you couldn't be more right. The thing is that the I you're speaking about, that is God, that is wanting to honor and appreciate and value what's happening here in the form.
Well, let me turn it around, Red. I also don't, this isn't a tit for tat at all. I just don't understand your emphasis on source consciousness being the only reality.
Oh, wow.
So you don't understand Lee's and my emphasis on the flowering and source consciousness. I don't understand your emphasis just on consciousness.
Oh, well, I get what's happening with you guys, and I also get that it blocks the flowering.
Yeah, so maybe that's why you're articulating things the way you are, because you want to support Lee and me in not blocking the flowering in any way.
True.
Yeah. It's all about love.
Yeah, I'm just waking myself up with General Electrics.
Your teacup should say love instead of Seattle.
Actually, a lot of people don't know this, but I lived in the Northwest.
I know that.
Okay, well, I know I live in the Northwest. But you know the Wapata Indian tribe up there?
Wapata?
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of the Wapata Indian tribe. Did you just make it up?
No. It's a very small tribe that lived on the Nisqually River, and they live next to the Nisqually tribe. Have you heard of the Nisqually tribe?
Yes, I think I have.
Well, the Wapata's name for love was Seattle. That's how Seattle got its name.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, neat.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Lorraine, who I'm going to visit this weekend, is from Seattle.
Really?
Yeah.
Even people in Seattle don't know that. It's a very...
I'll tell her.
Okay,
Did you just make it up?
Of course not.
You did too. You didn't?
No, of course not.
It's hard to tell when Radiant Heart is making something up.
This is the Wapata name for love.
You made it up.
Where's the Bible? Give me a Bible. I will swear. Hey, look, this is God speaking. Do you think God would lie to you?
You swear on Exodus?
Probably not Exodus. Come on now. Just give me something easy like Deuteronomy. Or Numbers, better yet.
How about Job?
No. Job did enough swearing on his own.
I don't think Job swore.
He cursed everything except God.
Yeah. Sweetie, I think I love these interactions. I think I'd like to close my eyes for a little bit.
You do that?
Are you done? Do you feel complete?
No, so let me give you a quick summary.
Okay.
The reason that I continually come back to you and Lee about source consciousness is because the I, the identity, the I am identity itself isn't real. And in order to fully awaken, it requires changing that identity fully and completely, assisting it, because what happens is grace steps in and does it for you. But you have to move the furniture out of the way so the mover can come in the door. Moving the furniture out of the way is any I story dies. The ignorance is put aside. That just leaves the door open. With your loving heart, your loving awareness, that's what it takes. To consciously be willing to put all of Kim aside, that leaves the door open for God to recognize God. As Kim.
Don't let her out.
I shall not. She'll chase it.
Yeah.
So that was it. And unless you want to respond.
So I want to say something.
Yes?
See if I can remember it. Oh, so this last little piece it is important to me. Now that I am clear about your reasoning, I am willing to let go of emphasis on the flowering.
Yeah, to appreciate the flowering in the moment, of course, that's all I do, sweetie.
Yeah.
When I see you walk in the door, do you know I'm appreciating flowering?
Yeah, absolutely.
When I walk Andy, when I look at those trees, I'm just appreciating the flowering. Everything is flowering, everywhere, all the time, even when it doesn't look like it to human egoic consciousness.
Yes, I get that. So I'm no longer reluctant to let go of the flowering.
Yeah, because
that's what it takes to wake up.
Well, to let go of the flowering is to let go of your self-identity, but the flowering can't be let go of. It simply is. The whole point is that there is the flowering, and it never could have been held on to in the first place. It never could have been held, so you may as well let it go. It's an isness.
Yeah, it can't be held on to because it falls away.
Yeah, well, not only that, but it falls away and it doesn't fall away. It only is in this moment, and it's the isness of this moment is the flowering. And it can't be held, but it can be so greatly appreciated.
Oh, I got that.
Cool.
The isness in the moment is the flowering.
Right. Exactly. And it can be so wonderfully appreciated. And then what happens? Take my mind to past, project the future, this problem, I'm angry at that person, all blocks to the flowering, and the flowering is why I'm here.
Sweetheart, this deserves a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Okay, then.
All right.
I'm going to put this on a CD gizmo for you, honey.
Great.
I love you. All right, so
I love you.
good conversation. And we are ending this conversation at 4:06 p.m. on the 22nd of July, 2015, after 2016. Didn't I say 16?
Yeah, you said 15.
I did not. And if I did, I'm going to cut it out. And this part, too, you will never know that could God be wrong. Okay, 2016, July 22nd at 4:07 now, and 23 minutes and 15 seconds by world. G.Patrrick.